lot of names of the young fans. Spell their different names.
Yeah, definitely a lot of names, a lot of Ethans, a lot of different. There's a lot of people. It was great though. Obviously, a fun event, an event that is a staple of ours every year, and it's always fun for us to go out and see the fans, and for them to come see us. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know we did.
Do you ever remember being a kid? Did you ever get one of your kind of heroes to meet him and get an autograph from?
I met Mario Lemieux one time at the Quebec TV tournament. I remember that pretty vividly, so that was pretty cool.
Is it, it can be a little intimidating walking up and seeing all those people, but as you work your way through it, is there some enjoyment and some good feedback from the fans?
There's always great interactions with fans, encounters, ones that make it all worth it for sure.
Connor, Sidney Crosby is 37, still playing at a really high level. You've been in the NHL now for a good amount of years as well. Can you kind of appreciate what he's been able to do at this age, being kind of a veteran player as well yourself?
Yeah, he hasn't seemed to change. Hasn't changed at all. Just has great year after great year. It's so impressive to see someone that obviously I grew up, admiring and still do to this day.
As he gets kind of the tail end of his career here, do these games kind of mean a bit more, knowing that this could be the last one, the next one could be it's going to end eventually?
Doesn't seem like he's got any sign of slowing down, but it's always special to go up against Sid and Malkin and Letang and all the guys over there that have been part of so many great teams.
A little bit different because this year you and Sid could be teammates maybe for the first time for the upcoming Four Nations.
I don't think any different. We still want to win. He still wants to win tomorrow, and that competitive fire will be there. But come February, we'll be teammates, and that'll be a great time too.
We've talked to you all these times about playing against them. Think ahead of being teammate with Sid, dressed in the same room. I know you tell the story about, I think you guys went from Erie to Pittsburgh and went in the room that time when you were a kid. And does it seem like a long way from that dressing room to the one you might be in here in February?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously to play with Sid, but to play with so many of the guys. Nate, McCarr, the list goes on and on of great Canadian players, and really looking forward to that event. All four teams will be really good teams and be highly competitive, and it's anyone's tournament to win.
A lot of leaders on that team. Does it matter who wears the C?
Should be Sid for sure. That's not even a question.
You've been on teams before, international teams where guys come together from other teams that you played against. Is it interesting, and that maybe there's little things you didn't know, or you can pick up the way they go about their business, the way they do things?
Sorry, I zoned out there. Can you ask that again?
So you played on international teams before Worlds and stuff, where other high-end NHLers are there.
Yep.
Is it interesting to pick up little things, just see the way they go about their business?
Yeah, for sure. We've played with some, even some guys in here. I think of Duncan Keith. Learning off of him. He's played in every single big game there is to play in. How he conducts himself, how he handles himself every day. Learned a lot from a guy like him, and you learn a lot from different guys in those tournaments. Just like a sponge, and trying to soak it all in. And an experience I'm really looking forward to.
You're approaching 1,000 points. Have you given thought to that milestone and have a look at the names on the list who got there ahead of you? I
haven't put a ton of thought into it, honestly. Just more worried about the team and putting together some wins here.
You said very quickly you thought Sid would be the captain, like you've thought of it before. How come? Can you just expound on that a little bit? Why does that come so easily to you?
It's just how it should be. He's Sidney Crosby, and he's been there so many times, and he's the guy. I think it's not like I've thought about it a lot. It's just such a no-brainer.
You've been clamoring for international play for a long time, but this tournament, with it being 4 teams, is it a little weird? Is this maybe a good jumping-off point for bigger and better things, perhaps?
I think it's kind of the prequel to what's to come. Kind of dipping our toe back in international play with the Olympics to follow the next year. I think it's a great opportunity for the 4 countries to put on a great show, to to continue to grow the game and show what's to come in the years to come for international play. So many. I mean, there's so many great hockey playing countries. Obviously, Germany and Leo would be one of them. You know, I think of the Czechs. I think of, you know, Switzerland. I mean, the list goes on and on of you know, I think it just shows how far the game has come. That the parity between countries is, you know, it's as competitive as it's ever been. There's no easy games.
Practice, you guys switched up the power play unit a bit just in practice. How different would that look if it actually comes to fruition, you know, with Arvidsson and Skinner there? How does it change your power play?
Well, it certainly changes a lot, and I think being able to show different things to different teams is a great thing. We got a lot of great players in this room, and a lot of guys that are used to playing on the power play, and they need to get their touches too. So if that ends up happening, I think it's a great thing. I sure hope so.
Obviously, still loves it.
Yeah.
A lot of guys would say that.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I sure hope I make it to 37, and I can still hope I can play at the level that he plays at.